hello, and welcome to this edition of Wake Up and Live with the Arts. I'm Sue Johnson, your co-host, producer, director, but today I'm serving as co-host here at the Cleveland Playhouse with two sensational actors, songsters, vocalists.
Whatever
you all
you
sang. That's what it is. they sang. Okay, and Kristen Netzband, the PR representative, has been most helpful in getting us here, our Wake Up and Live's team, due to all of us falling apart health-wise. But I want to thank her very much for the work she did to get this interview with Miss Miche Braden and Miss Chaz Hodges, who are the stars of Miss Marie and Rosetta. Now, which one is which?
I play Marie Knighr.
And I play Rosetta Tharpe.
Okay, now we all need to learn a little bit about Rosetta Tharpe. I grew up knowing her name, but I didn't know too much about her music until things like the play came along. So tell us a little about, we'll start with Marie, and what was her last name again?
Knighr.
And tell us a little bit about her and the show and how you two hooked up as characters. Okay.
Yeah. So Marie Knighr is basically a young singer who started off in kind of like a quartet, opening for Mahalia Jackson, who was very big at the time. And Rosetta Tharpe, Sister Rosetta, was there, and she saw Marie, and she stuck out to her, and that is kind of where they began the crux of their relationship together.
Mahalia Jackson's still very well known.
Yes. Yeah.
Granted, she is no longer on this physical planet, but her legend lives on.
She never left the church, so, they made sure that they kept her in high esteem.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Miss Rosetta Tharpe, who was just inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yes, Sister Rosetta.
Tell us about her.
She was a spitfire. She played guitar, she played piano, she sang. Her mom used to travel with her. It was like a manager, like
a momager.
Momager. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Yeah, but she was just doing everything. A friend of mine's mother used to sing with her.
Oh, okay.
And was telling me some things about when she met her. She was only 12 at the time. But she was just an amazing innovator.
Right.
She started playing guitar. She created the style that a lot of the rockers have just adapted.
And isn't it amazing how many folks of, I don't know whether we're African American, black, colored, Negro, whatever we are, how many of us were pioneers, and all the other folks have come along and make us try to forget what the sisters and brothers did way back then.
That's true. Yeah, very true. Yeah, I'm glad that she's been inducted, because I didn't know a lot about her. I realized after listening to the music that my mother and my grandmother used to do a lot of her songs.
Okay.
But because Peace in the Valley was a song my mother used to do. She does it at the show, and I said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
My mama wasn't telling me a few things,
Well, my sister, who's with us in the background, we remember Peace in the Valley was our daddy's song. I mean, and we didn't play it at his services when he left the planet, but I've always wanted to. And we finally got somebody to do it special for us at one point, but he loved that song.
Wow.
Yeah. So tell us what the storyline is for Marie and Rosetta.
Yeah, so the story is basically you open up. I mean, I don't know how much you want me to give away, but
y'all got to come see the show. Come see the show.
Yeah, and you got to come here. And we only got one more week. February 11th, the show closes. So get your buns down here to the Allen Theater, the Cleveland Playhouse, to see I call her Miss Miche. Miss Miche Braden and Chaz Hodges for this fabulous story. So give us a tease. But like you said, don't reveal the dirty, dark down stuff.
No. I mean, it's the story. It's actually kind of very based in truth. I mean, George takes some creative license, but
and George being
George Brand is the playwright of the piece. But yeah, you see them cultivating their show and their sisterhood and their friendship in their singing career for the first night.
Okay. And where did they open their shows? What, when this opens?
They were all over the place.
Uh-huh.
They played the South and all the craziness they had to go through down there.
Oh, yeah.
And then they played the North. Rosetta even played Carnegie Hall before, Cafe Society, just different things like that. She was all over.
Yeah, so she was now what was that first place you named?
Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, because was it Mahalia Jackson? Was it her who was there at the Carnegie Hall that they let her in?
Well, it wasn't Marian Anderson.
That's
That
who I was
That was
thinking.
Daughters of the Revolution or something that she played for.
Okay.
But was it at Carnegie? I don't remember.
Seems to me one of them performed at Carnegie Hall, which was a milestone in that time. Yeah. So, and then how long is the show? 90 minutes, 2 hours? One act or 2 acts? One continuous act.
Yes.
Yeah, so be prepared to sit there and rock and roll with this music and at the Allen Theater. And what time do the performances start?
7:30 most evenings, except Tuesday, which is 7.
Okay.
And then there's a couple matinees, 2:30 on Saturday. Let's see. There's a children's matinee coming up at 10:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh,
week.
after you close at night?
Oh,
Don't you
no,
just
we
love
have
it?
an off day before,
Oh,
but still,
okay.
we got to be up and trying to sing.
And theater actors are never up at 10:30 in the morning trying to sing, much less at 12:30 in the afternoon. But for tickets, are available by calling 241-6000. That'll put you with the box office. And this is really worth seeing because it's all full of gospel. And what is there a range of types of music besides gospel?
Well, Rosetta also did a couple things at the Cotton Club. She recorded some things that were not necessarily sacred. But
that was like your devil in the music.
The devil music. Yes, Lord. Yeah, but that was totally wrong.
And you weren't born yet to know all these things.
No. But I'm learning as I go.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, because that is, the history behind all this music and the artists. They are finally coming to the forefront.
Yes.
After many, many years of not being recognized in the first place, and then included in the second place. And now, when is Sister Rosetta's induction?
I believe it's in April
of this year.
Mid-April.
Okay. Now, will this be through New York or through our local?
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay, it's going to be right here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Well, that's marvelous. So now, after this project, what do you do next?
So after Cincinnati, I am back in California. I go workshop a play called The Wind and the Breeze at Milwaukee Rep, and then I perform in San Diego.
Okay, and so you're one of those homeless actors.
A gypsy.
The gypsy actor, yeah. So how long have you been in the business, honey?
So, I mean, I've been acting since I was maybe like in 6th grade.
Okay, elementary school?
Yeah. Rosa Parks for Black History Month, which it is Black History Month. So, kudos to
now,
that.
here's something that's a Sue Johnson thing, so all you viewers, don't kill me. I will be so happy, in a way, well, no, definitely, when we expand the Black History plays throughout the year. And I'm old enough where I've been having enough of Black History Month in February, and that's the only time minority plays are showcased.
The
heavily.
shortest month of the year.
Yeah. Now, you're familiar with Karamu, where Mariama came in for that one performance.
Yes.
And, of course, they do African-American oriented plays all year long. But the big houses would love to see them expand so that the diversity travels throughout the months, of the year. So how did you get interested in acting? What possessed you?
I think I've always, I'm an only child, like we said. And I've always been talking to myself in the mirror, figuring out how to play with somebody when I was alone. So that just sparked something because I was by myself. So imagination, I guess, was kind of the...
Have you always been into music?
I have always been into music. It's always been something that I love.
Okay. Have you had any formal vocal training, or this is all God-given natural?
Well, I got my master's in acting, my MFA, down at the La Jolla Playhouse in San Diego.
And that's a pretty famous area, the La Jolla Playhouse.
Yeah.
So we recommend that if you are headed toward that area to check it out for audition purposes and performing purposes, okay? And now, my dear spiritual, metaphysical friend. Yes. And also, you get silly when you're on pain meds. Okay?
Oh, hey. You got more? No.
Honey, they are so hard to get in
know.
Ohio.
Oh, wow.
I mean, the state laws and everything have just messed it up.
I've seen the signs. Opioids kills and
Yeah.
nothing else kills. Okay. Anyway,
So anyway, Miss Miche, as I love to call you, I don't know where I got that from.
Well, that's the name I use, actually.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
I forgot that part.
Yeah, Miss Miche.
Well, see, there you go.
So I'm too old to be just called Miche now. You just got to call me Miss Miche or Queen.
Queen. Of course. Now, Miss Miche Queen.
Yes, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about after your Cincinnati journey. This is traveling. This is going to Cincinnati. Will it be going anywhere else?
Right now, we don't know, but we can always pray.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But anyway, this is at the Cincinnati Playhouse.
Yes, in the park,
and do you know what dates it'll be featured offhand?
I believe we open March 3rd and go through the 31st.
Okay. Oh, that's a pretty
Something
long
like that.
run.
Yeah.
Nice run. Yeah. Okay. So now, what have you been up to with your professional life, my dear?
Well, we did the Devil's Music at the Mosaic Theater in D.C.
Oh, good.
Over the summer. It wasn't Black History Month.
Uh-huh.
I'm also working with Jeff Tyzik, who is a Pops orchestra conductor, arranger, and he does a show called Return to the Cotton Club or Return to the Harlem Renaissance.
Now, have you ever performed up at the Cotton Club? Is it still existing?
There is a Cotton Club. It's not the original one.
Right,
but there is and I've never performed there.
Okay.
Yeah, but right now, after I leave Cincinnati, I will be back on the audition circuit.
You still have to audition.
Honey, please.
Oh, my. See, I tried to tell my actors in the
Y'all don't
actor
know.
studio that I don't care who you are and how far you have advanced in the industry, that you are still auditioning and or you are getting coaching, be it private or classes, because it just never stops
No, it
to
doesn't.
hone your skills and your craft.
That's right. So, Monique, just go on and do that audition and get that money. God.
And
Shoot,
Monique
please.
is who?
Monique, the comedian, she's fussing.
Oh, that Monique. What's her
that
problem
one.
now?
Oh, she didn't want to audition to do the show on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
That.
Well, no.
Whatever.
What? Yeah.
Yeah,
and
right.
I guess I haven't been up on it 100%.
It's all right.
But the the Me Too move.
No, that's something else.
What is it where the women all wore black at the same?
yeah,
that was
What is that called?
The Me Too. It is.
that-
Yeah.
okay.
Hashtag Me Too.
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess the women are carrying it through to the other award shows. I think I picked up a little bit about
Yeah.
At
that.
the Grammys, they all had like a white rose.
Okay.
For the thing. Yeah.
Did you see some of those ensembles that they were wearing at the Grammy? Girl, I tell you. Wait a minute, we're getting sidetracked. We forgot we're on a time
Yeah,
show.
right. Maria Rosetta.
Yes, Maria Rosetta, a fabulous two-woman show here at the Cleveland Playhouse through February 11th. And remember, for your tickets to call 216-241-6000 and get tickets for this great performance. And then pretty soon you're going to find out what else the Cleveland Playhouse is doing for the 2018 season, because we have Miss Laura Kepley, I see hiding over there, who is the artistic director of the Cleveland Playhouse. doing great and fabulous things. Well, she was responsible for bringing you two here.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
anyway, this has been my pleasure, my delight. So should we have mentioned anything else about Marie and Rosetta that we didn't?
Well, you can tell from the show how much they loved each other.
Good.
How much
Uh-huh.
the music was so much a part of them.
Mhm.
And it's something that I think people should know about, to research, read the books, look
Yeah.
on YouTube, listen to her music, listen, see how it's very much like some of the rock and roll.
Of today,
Yes.
because they all copied and mimicked
Yes.
what she was doing,
Yes.
which happened a lot with also the Motown era.
Yes.
Because so many of those original songs were usurped by the Caucasians, and they made all the money initially. Of course, now that has been somewhat rectified, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah. So listen, ladies, I'm going to let you go. You were so patient waiting for me to get unlost, coming in the wrong door of the building.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I look forward to, hopefully my leg and I will get back here. Was I going to ask you to sing?
You did say you did want us to, so.
And
could
as
try
we get
to-
ready to close out the show, do you see what this woman does to me? Makes me lose all my professional dignity. So as we get ready to close out the show, we are going to hear just a sampling of some of the songs from the play, a song from the play.
At least a
And
piece of it, anyway.
A piece of it, yeah, because
it's early.
and this is the other thing, vocalists usually have, and I appreciate them because vocalists need to warm up, and they don't even have water with them, and they usually sing better, not better, but it's easier to sing later in the day after they have warmed up and done vocal exercises and so forth, because you still do vocal
Yes.
warm-ups. It doesn't change, folks. I don't care how experienced you are. You must do the work. So, you're going to do a little excerpt from Didn't It Rain?
Yeah.
And who wrote it? Did Rosetta write that one?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
That's a good question.
Yeah, right? I don't know, because a lot of people have done it.
Yeah. Well, I
Yes,
know
I
I've
even
heard
know
it.
Mahalia's done it.
Yeah. Right.
So I don't know who wrote it. That's a darn shame. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, ladies. So I'm going to turn the microphone and the camera on to you. I'm going to be quiet for a whole minute while you get your tune
Okay.
together.
So, do you want to start it somewhere else? Because, you're saying I was singing too low, even though.
No.
Okay.
We can start it then.
Tell me, didn't it rain, 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 children? Rain, oh my Lord.
Didn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't it?
You know it did.
Didn't it?
Oh, oh my Lord, didn't it rain? Tell me, didn't it rain, 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 children? Rain, oh my Lord.
Didn't it?
Yeah,
Didn't
you
it?
know it did.
Didn't it?
Oh, oh my Lord, didn't it rain? Be a little Baba Wayne.
Something like that.
Something like that. But see, this is improv. And that's another thing you guys have to learn to do if you're going to be a professional actor. See, there's just so many things. But anyway, now I think it's time to wrap up this portion of the Wake Up and Live with the Arts show with my two esteemed guests, Miss Miche Braden and Miss Chaz Hodges, all the way from LA, and you're all the way from New Jersey.
Yep.
And so I miss you. We do correspond.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. And maybe we'll start up a correspondence
I would
and
love
keep
that.
up,
Yeah.
with each other. So thank you, ladies, very, very much for this glorious interview. And it'll be interesting to see how it turns out because I've lost my mind. Oh, golly, don't go away, folks. We have now everybody's Miss. We have Miss Laura Kepley, who will be joining us momentarily. So don't go away. We'll be right back.